I call the Maplewood City Council meeting to order on Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please. Oh, excuse, not vote, just roll call. Thank you.
Councilmember Crossley. Councilmember Fockingham. Councilmember Homa.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Mayor Knapper.
Here.
Councilmember Page.
Here.
Councilmember Phillips.
Here.
Madam Mayor, quorum is present.
Thank you. May I have a motion to excuse Councilmember Fockingham?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. May I have a motion to excuse Councilmember Crossley?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 5.
Approval of the council agenda.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Madam Clerk, item number 6.
And public forum.
At this time, anyone on Zoom can raise their Zoom hand, and Mr. Reese will call upon you if you would like to make a public comment.
There are no hands.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 7.
Announcement.
Yes, we have a few announcements tonight. The summer concert series, next concert will be Wednesday, July 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. in Ryan Hummert Park. And also the City of Maplewood, along with the Maplewood Police Officers Association and the Professional Firefighters of Maplewood, will host movie nights on August 13th, September 8th, and October 10th. For more information and to vote on which movie you'd like to see, visit cityofmaplewood.com/fun. Also, Maplewood Restaurant Week is coming up August 8th through the 14th. More information will be posted at cityofmaplewood.com/fun. And finally, an announcement from the Maplewood Public Library. Join the library on Friday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. for a cornhole tournament at Ryan Hummert Park. All proceeds from the tournament will go towards building improvements, new materials, and programming for adults and children. In addition to cornhole, they'll have live music from the Riverside Wanderers, food provided by St. Louis Colache, and a free play area for kids. Contact the library for registration information.
Cool.
Thank you. Any additional announcements? Madam Clerk, item number 8.
Approval of the June 14th, 2022 City Council meeting minutes.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 9.
Approval of the June 23rd, 2022 City Council closed session minutes.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 10.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, affirming the constitutional right of pregnant persons, including their access to reproductive health care and abortions, and denouncing the United States Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, and Governor Mike Parson's proclamation giving legal effect to Section 188.017 Missouri Revised Statute, and activating the right to life of the unborn child act.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? So, okay, sorry, I thought Councilmember Page, you had something to say. I'm going to read the resolution. I'm going to just go straight into the whereas. So whereas the city council created the Human Services Commission because it recognized that healthcare along with affordable housing, transportation, public safety, utilities, food, education, and high-speed internet are intertwined as basic human needs. Whereas access to healthcare promotes the general welfare of Maplewood residents. Whereas access to reproductive health care is critical to women's physical, psychological, and socioeconomic well-being. Whereas Section 188.017 of the revised statutes of Missouri and the Right to Life of the Unborn Child Act criminalizes a woman's ability to obtain an abortion in Missouri. Whereas St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell was one of 88 prosecutors nationally to sign onto a letter pledging not to prosecute those who seek, assist in, or provide abortions because enforcing abortion bans would mean taking time, effort, and resources away from the prosecution of the most serious crimes, conduct that truly impacts public safety. Whereas abortion bans disproportionately target minority and lower income patients, with up to 75% of those seeking abortion care living at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, and the majority identifying as Black, Hispanic, Asian, or Pacific Islander. Whereas traveling out of state for medical care is more difficult, if not impossible, for patients with limited means or geographic remoteness. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri as follows. Because Human Services Commission is tasked with determining the needs of the citizens of Maplewood, the City Council requests that the Human Services Commission include in its comprehensive plan for the City of Maplewood the needs of residents to travel out of state for reproductive health care and abortions, and the recommended amount of funds to be allocated to the service of transportation to out-of-state reproductive health care providers that are legally permitted to perform abortions. Any discussion? All right, then, Madam Clerk, please conduct a roll call vote.
Councilmember Homa,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Resolution 22-58 is approved.
Yes, thank you, Council. Item number 11,
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, appointing Eliza Correll to the Special Business District Tax Advisory Commission to fill an unexpired term and establishing a term of office as expiring June 30th, 2023.
may I have a motion to reconsider?
Motion to reconsider resolution 22-49.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to amend?
Motion to amend resolution 22-49.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Yes. Yes, forgive me. The amendment is to change the expiration date for the term the Special Business District Tax Advisory Commission for Eliza Correll. Thank you. I appreciate you, Attorney Graves. All right, so we have that. I think we just took that vote. May I have a motion to approve the amended resolution?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please conduct a roll call vote.
Councilmember Jones,
Yes.
Mayor Knapper,
Yes.
Councilmember Page,
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips,
Yes.
Councilmember Homa.
Yes.
Amended resolution 22-49 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 12.
Bill 6194, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, amending ordinance 5573 as amended, the Maplewood Code of Ordinances, by amending section 50-243, other prohibitions on parking, by adding Lyle Avenue, 2600 block, resident-only parking, west side of street, beginning 122 feet north of the Manchester Road intersection and ending 142 feet north of the Manchester Road intersection.
That was the first reading. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
I'm just gonna say that that's just the first sort of thing that came to me after getting in this position, and I'm grateful that we're helping this one house, but we're gonna need to look at the rest of this neighborhood going forward. I think it was definitely a sentiment that was echoed by many of the neighbors. So it'll just be interesting to see as fall comes and that business area gets more busy, if this will create enough relief, but just want to keep eyes on it. And I'll certainly be in touch with those residents, because I just feel, as my first meeting constituents, I feel like I need to own that issue with them. So I'm glad we're doing this, but maybe more to come.
I can just comment on that, Councilmember. We are going to monitor this closely. I personally am driving the street every week and continue to do so.
Great.
The day. I
Right.
think Traxxas is doing the same thing, and we will monitor it closely.
I appreciate that.
I'm curious, because last Friday, they had a special release at Side Project. I was just curious if we had noticed any additional issues
No,
with parking.
We drove by. I noticed the long lines outside. And we drove by a couple of different times, and there was no impact on that street.
That's good news.
What time was that special release?
It was during the entire day.
Did it go into the evening, like after 5?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so, because the line was, people were lined up kind of through mid-morning to early afternoon. So I think probably by late afternoon, they had probably cycled through the line and most people were already gone.
I drove by both in the late morning and in the afternoon. Both those times.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I understand that there could be evening and weekends, and those are things that we'll look at.
And I think that, there was two issues. One was the parking and the other is just getting in and out of that area. And I think that actually benefits their parking situation, because people think, I don't want to go left out of there on the Manchester, but both are things that, want to be sensitive to.
Madam Clerk, would you please conduct the second reading?
Bill 6194, an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, amending ordinance 5573 as amended, the Maplewood Code of Ordinances by amending section 50-243, other prohibitions on parking, by adding Lyle Avenue, 2600 block, resident-only parking, west side of street, beginning 122 feet north of the Manchester Road intersection and ending 142 feet north of the Manchester Road intersection.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I think I need to clean something up. I don't think that we did a vote on the first one after the discussion. Is that correct?
It was just a voice vote.
It wasn't, so we did conduct a voice vote? I don't believe we
I
did.
didn't write that down.
I don't believe we did. Okay, so let me clean that up. Regarding the first reading, we have a second and we have a motion, it was properly moved and seconded. We had a discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So that motion carries. That is for the first reading. We just had the second reading. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The second reading of that ordinance motion carries. Thank you. The third and final reading will take place at the next council meeting. Yes. I tell you. Madam Clerk, item number 13.
Bill 6195, an ordinance of the City Council, of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, to readopt and to establish and make public a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interests for city municipal officials.
That was the first reading. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please conduct a second reading.
Bill 6195, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Maplewood, Missouri, to readopt and to establish and make public a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interests for certain municipal officials.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. The third and final reading will take place at the next council meeting. Madam Clerk, item number 14.
Is old business ordinance review committee.
The ordinance review committee for it's chapter 12 that we're working on. Yes, we're gonna go with that. Thank you, Councilmember Page. Chapter 12 will be on Monday, July 18th at 6:30 a.m. In chambers. So we'll have that meeting here. And we are still just discussing ordinances that involve our buildings and housing. And so it's very good discussion. So if anyone is interested in joining us, you can join us. That's it.
Just a quick update on the zoning ordinance review. Mr. Traxler is currently working on amended ordinances for the accessory units that will go in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission on their August 1st meeting. And following that meeting, I will also be attending the Human Services Commission meeting on August 3rd. And so both of those would be opportunities for the public to join those meetings and comment during the public comment portion about accessory units, changes to those ordinances. And then the city council is tentatively scheduled to hold a work session on August 9th in advance of our meeting on that evening. And at that point, we will be presenting the proposed changes to not only council, but to the public as well. So of course, the public is welcome to attend that. And then eventually, the changes to the zoning ordinances regarding accessory units would be on the September agendas. So that's the long range plan right now for my committee. So.
Just to comment on that, I was going to bring this up, so I'm glad Councilmember Phillips did. As she said, as she indicated, we are planning to have a work session on August the 9th at 6 p.m. I will put out an email so that the two council members who aren't here can put that on their calendar as well.
Good work, Councilmember. Good work. And to your team as well. All right, any additional discussion or reports for ordinance review committees? Okay, Madam Clerk, item number 15.
Council communication.
Any communication from council? All right, Madam Clerk, item number 16.
Mayor's report.
Thank you. Juneteenth festival was a success, and I appreciate the city for taking such a big role in it. We had the Maplewood Library that participated, as well as our city hall, our police department, our fire department, our public works, pretty much the entire city. So thank you. And I know going forward, we're working to make this an annual event for Maplewood. And it was exciting to see our community members come out and play, have a good time, listen to music. So celebrate Liberation Day. Excuse me. Also wanted to let council know that we will be invited to an open house that is for Sun in Phase 2 apartments. That is going to be on August 9th. So it's going to be a bit of a long afternoon, but if you wanted to visit Phase 2, Sun is actually going to move their start time to 4:30, so we can have an opportunity to go visit, take a look at phase two, get to speak with them. And then we'll be able to also have a bit of time before we have our work session and then our meeting. And that's it. That concludes my report. Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 17.
City Attorney's report.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 18.
City Manager's report.
I have one item tonight. Also for August 9th, during the regular meeting, we plan to have a resolution in front of the council that allocates community development block grant, noted CDBG funds, along with the required public hearing. This is an annual process that the council makes decisions on and approves via resolution. The application is due by August the 30th. So that's why the council needs to act on August 9th, unless we're going to have a special meeting. We only have a month in August to do it right now, so that's your decision. I'm planning on August 9th. I'm going to email out a memo in about 10 days to 2 weeks. This will be before the usual Thursday, before the Tuesday meeting. This will be in advance of that, to give you as much time as possible. It kind of frames the issue and provides council with a recommendation. Again, it's your decision. They'll give you a recommendation based on previous years on how to allocate the $64,000. Certainly, if you need more information about this, don't hesitate to contact me once I've sent that memo out. If we need to have a conversation, I'm happy to do that. And I'll have Anthony Traxel here at the meeting on August 9th as well, since he's got a lot of experience and years of history with that. So I just wanted to make that announcement. That's all I have.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item number 19.
Public forum.
At this time, anyone that is joining us via Zoom is welcome to raise their Zoom hand. Mr. Reese will call upon you and you can make a public comment.
There are no hands this evening.
All right. And then just for those that are joining us online, there's no one here with us. So that's that's why I kept, yes, lonely indeed. That's why I kept just speaking to y'all, if you're out there. All right. Mr. Reese, do we need to hold a closed session?
We do not.
All right. Madam Clerk, item number 21.
Mr. German.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.